A quick video segment on talking about something that is called the status bar in the 3D Experiences implementation of the CATIA V5 platform. Now, in the CATIA program, CATIA V5, it's not called status bar, it's called prompt zone, and we'll get to it in a minute. I'll show you how things work there. Now, when you start the 3D Experiences uh, package, this screen appears in front of you, and I'm using the release 2024 of the software. However, it makes no difference. It also applies to previous versions. Notice that in this interface, uh, at the very bottom, there is no bar or there is no zone as you may be used to it in the CATIA program. And this thing that is not shown here, and I want to show you how to actually display it, is called the status bar. Now, in order to do that, you put the cursor anywhere in the screen, anywhere in the blank section of the screen, right click and select the status bar out of this menu. Okay. So when you do that, so here's what happened. Obviously, place the cursor on the blank screen, right click and select the status bar. And when you do that, you notice that this area appears at the very bottom of the screen. Okay, at the very bottom of the screen, when you right click, select the status bar, this thing pops up. Okay, and notice that over here, if you zoom in, it says select an object or command, and the command is actually here on the right side. Command box is actually here. Okay, now let's see what happens in the case of CATIA. When you start CATIA program, this thing is displayed. The status bar is called actually prompt zone, is by default appearing down here. And if you look at it closely, there is an area which refers to selecting something. And then on the right side, there's the command that actually you can either type in it or you can, as you use different things, it will appear there. Okay. Now, I was thinking about how do you get rid of, because obviously for the 3D experience, you can display it or not display it. But I looked on internet to find out, can you do the same thing with the CATIA program? And eventually a tip from 3D comparison YouTuber showed me how to partially at least achieve that objective. In order to do that, you have to actually switch to from P2, which is the common one, to the P1 user style, user interface style. And what happens when you do that, notice that if I switch to P1, you have this selection indicated here, but there is no command box on this side. However, you cannot completely get rid of this zone here. You cannot get rid of it. You can get rid of the command, but not the this the strip itself and this message that it's writing there. So let me show you how it works. Okay, right there. So let me start with the part file. So basically, I'm going to show you here everything that I said in detail. Notice that at the very bottom, there is no status bar. You put the cursor anywhere in this white area, right click, display, and you go to status bar, which is not selected. As soon as you do that, there's going to be a strip at the very bottom of the screen, which is your status bar right here. And there is when you select things, it's going to change. When you select things, these are going to change. Okay. And there is a command line down here. Okay. Now, if you don't want to see that, so right click, style, display, status bar, it's gone. It was just, I was just curious because if you lose that, then you don't know what to look for. That's going to be problematic. You can, spend some time on it, waste some time, basically. Now, let me show you the same thing with the CATIA. CATIA right here, right now, I'm in the P2 interface, and you see that at the very bottom, there is the prompt zone, or what 3D Experience calls it status bar. And as you select things, that will change, and then you can basically type stuff there. Okay. Now let me go ahead and change this to the P1 interface. So let me go ahead and go to Tools, Options. Right now it's P2 under the General, and under the User Interface Style. Let me select the P1, and I say OK. And for me, in order to implement that, activate that, you have to get rid of it. You have to get out, and let me start with CATIA again. Okay. And you will not see that a prompt zone at the very bottom. You will see it, but at least you don't see the command line. Okay. You see that right there? You can still select things and it shows you what it's here, but there's no command line on the side. Okay. Hopefully you find this thing useful.